The Philip J Pierre administration is under constant fire for presiding over the pandemic of criminal violence sweeping the Caribbean region. At this week's press briefing, he returned fire, scouring the opposition for glorifying criminality in their bid for power. And just one day earlier, Pierre addressed a closed session of his party's Conference of Delegates after returning from a week-long regional crime symposium in Guyana. And he took the political gloves off in defense of his ruling party's national security policies and investments.
I have put in the last 3 years 43 new vehicles in the police force, drones, ATVs, jet skis in the police force, plus the fact that 80 new recruits are coming out of the training school on the 7th of December, and by March of the next year, we are training another 80 new recruits to put in the police force.
The Prime Minister, in his role as the political leader of the ruling Labour Party, pulled no punches, doubling down on his government's investments in expanding and improving the national security apparatus.
We're building the most modern police headquarters in the Caribbean, my sister. In the Caribbean, that's what we're doing now. The most modern police headquarters. You know what they did? They promised that for the whole 5 years, and they pretend as if they were never in power.
For months, the Prime Minister has shown frustration with the politicization of the issue of crime, accusing the opposition United Workers' Party of glorifying violence for political gain. At the closed session of delegates, he aimed accusations directly at the opposition for the gaps in national security that he met on assuming office.
That the police who have not had, I'll tell you something, when you hear these jokers talk about crime, I laugh at them. First of all, one of them say, when you commit crime, you commit crime alone. Secondly, these guys did not train one policeman for the 5 years in power. Not one. They did not train one policeman, and they put the police training vote at 0.
While boasting that no government in history has spent more to improve the national security infrastructure than him, he pointed to recent history as proof of the failures of those who accuse him of bungling the management of crime prevention.
They marched on the custody suites. Then their father put a tractor on the custody suite. You remember that?
Yes.
And the police had nowhere to put people when they arrested them. And if the police can tell you that privately, when they hold a man for committing a crime, Marshal full, Dennery full, Miko full, Answer full, Canaries full, that's in Marshal. I tell you that too much in Marshal. Marshal full. They just have to make a wrong with fellas. So fellas they arrest patrolling them. Make a big wrong. What you make a big wrong then? So the fellas relaxing because the guys relaxing, police arrest them, but they're relaxing because they don't know where to put them.
The demolition of custody suites ruined a historical landmark as well as causing logistical difficulties for police on the job, especially during the pandemic. The replacement of that facility is still causing headaches for the present government.
The custody suites that they are building has had some supply chain issues. But if you go there, I went there the other day on a visit, and I said to myself, boy, the state, this again is a modern place to hold people who transgress the law. Because we believe in the rights of the individual even though they have broken the law.
The Prime Minister also pointed to the human development component of his national security investments.
And when policemen are given scholarships to get degrees so they can qualify themselves, and now I can boast and say, I don't interfere in the operations of the police force, let the police do their duty within the law. That is how we prove we are in power. The police have a gym, they have tennis courts, they have modern facilities, and 2 buildings, an administrative block and a dormitory for the police. The most modern police headquarters in the Caribbean is going to be in St. Lucia. Tell them put it in the pipeline.
He also listed blocking security gaps at Borderley Correctional and providing at least half a dozen new ambulances for the fire and emergency services as part of the improvements of his government.
In terms of crime, the police stations, we are the ones who built all the new police stations in this country. This is the Labour Party.
For Choice News Now, I'm Jason Seafley.